Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Marka hore ku soo dhawaada, and thank you for your coming, all of you, tonight. I'm very happy to be here with you guys. I know we sure will be more people to coming in, but somehow, maybe the weather related, whatever reason, we're going to go for it, and we're starting right now. Before we start it, inshallah, Ahmed is going to read Quran. He's going to be starting. Ahmed Chief, that's a nickname, Chief.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulillah. Wal-asri inna al-insana lafi khusri illa alladhina amanu wa amilu salihati wa tawasaw bil-haqqi wa tawasaw bis-sabr. The meaning is Almighty God is actually swearing on the time. Indeed, mankind is one that is at lost, except for those who exercise patience and perseverance and who pray to their Creator. That is the meaning of it.
Jazakallah khair. Thank you, Ahmed. Okay, like I say, most of times, maybe I think I'm going to be speaking Somali. Mona and Asha, they're going to get a little bit English, and they get their own experience to speak. So markale aad baad ugu mahadsantiin ka soo qayb galka halkan. Waxaan u maleynayaa inaan waqti iska qaadin, laakiin in yar baan idin xasuusin lahaa runtii maadaama dad Soomaaliyeed oo halkan isugu yimid aynu nahay, waxaanu dareemi karnaa caawa haddii aynu qabiil isugu yeedhi lahayn inay ka weynaan lahayn kana fiicnaan lahayd. Hubaal bay taasi tahay markhaatina waad ka tiin. Laakiin danta guud markaynu ka hadlayna waxaad moodaa always in question mark saaran yahay oo dadku ku kala baxaan. Laakiin oran mayna dhinaca negative ka eegmayna, dhinaca wanaagaynu ka eegayna. Intiina timidba Soomaali weyn baynu u taaganay, qabiil kasta meel kasta ka yimaadaan. Marka hore aynu uga sii soconaynaa, waxa ugu muhiimsan waxa weeye inagoo isaragna meesha quruxda badan isugu nimaadna, ku sheekaysana, ku kala tagna, dadka u sheegnana waxa ay fiicaneen u qabanay. Ma haynaynu dib u eegnayno dad cambaarayna maxaa loo sameeyay waay, maxaa loo qaban waay. Waa taageeraynayna, haddaynu taageeraynayna way socotay, haddii kalena waa wadayna mid kale ilaa ay meel dheer gaadho. Sidanaba waynu ognahay maanta marxaladda waddankeeni ku jiro ama waxay ku sugan yihiin ta qurbahana waynu ognay. Marka maaha mid aynu halkan ka sharaxayna ama dadka uga sheekayna siday tiisa u dhacday. balse marka ugu horeysa waxa garabkayga taagan oo yeedhaya waa Caasha Maxamuud iyo Mona. Marka waxaan jecelahay Soomaali waligood ma arag kumay dhalan, waxay arkeen waa Somali community. Marka bal own experience kooda ay in yar inooga taabanayaan waa kan insha Allah. Xagee ku dhalatay?
Like he just said, we were born in Sweden. So like being born in Sweden, we never had like an African background. We never like dealt with the Somalian system, and really was like, we like knew nothing about the Somalian community.
Being born in Sweden, Stockholm in Sweden, my mom would always have friends over, and it would be weird because I never understood anything they would say. And in Sweden, ja means yes. So everything that my mom's friends, in Somali, we call everybody aunts and uncles as respect. But I would just say ja to everything. I would just say yes to everything. And I would never understand what they would say.
And they would think it's like yo as in like, hey yo, type of thing or whatever. So like the Somali community has helped us tremendously. And we're kind of really grateful for that. We also thank Zahra and the other community staff members, because we actually learned the importance of the Somali community. And without the Somali community, we would have really not known as much as about our culture, because that Somali community kind of like strengthened our language and our backgrounds and cultures, and like helped us realize a lot about us that we really didn't know. Thank you.
Thank you to everybody who came to this event, and thank you to the Somali community and everybody.
And markale aniga ku hadlaya magaca community, behalf of the Somali community, Zahra, aynu wada ogni presentaynaytay, waxaan idin leeyahay aad baad ugu mahadsantiin, and thank you very much for invitation, Zahra. Adiga iyo groupkaada wada digin dhammaantiin aad baad ugu mahadsantiin. Haddama hore uga sii soconaynaa, waxaan u yeerayaa marka hore, I would like to welcome Habib and Chief to the microphone.
بسم الله وما سنتين دمانتين با مرتشرفت يسوق تمت كل واحد ملاني أن السوق يميت برنامج جدكم ودوك سوني هنا يسوق فنريسة شيء فوق ده شيء تانكرونتي يسوقنا شخصي أنا ملاني هدي ما يجان ودي بوقت بدن وحال كريو بيا ما يجان كوري جنيا بس يسوق وراه بدن وقاته أما الله بدن يقيبتن لو تلقى يسوقونه يراد سروجه
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. I will speak in English. We want to thank you very much for coming tonight. at this fundraising event for the Somali Community Service. As you are aware, this institution here is very crucial for the community at large, and it is the oldest community service that has been around since 1995, serving the people of the Somali community and giving services that is crucial and very important to the community. And it is a very happy for you guys to be here today, and we're looking forward to start the event.
markale adinku ku mahadsan kulaba chief English idin kula hadlay wuxuu idinkaga mahad celiyay maatinkiina iyo qorshaha la isugu yimid inuu isagu yahay fundraise muhiimadda ugu ballaaran ay tahay inaanu community-gan istaajino sida Mustafa idin sheegay hadii qabyaalad ama qabiil ama waxyaabo qaar caaway ahaan lahayd alalaaska iyo baroortu inta ay ka badan lahayd haddana mar haddii danta guud laga wada hadlo dadku inta badan ay ka lugaabiyaan maadaama aynu labadii qarni ugu dambeysaba ee problemkii qeyladhaantu ayadu marka ay ahayd qaybaha hadda aanu soo sheegnay hayeeshee wajiyadan arko runtii waa wajiyo aad u qurux badan oo aan malaynayo ama aan ku tuhmayo inay iyagu yihiin community leaders ama aan dhihi karaba waxa iyagu mar walba u istaagaan danaha iyo waliba waxa marka bulshada Soomaaliyeed u dana haday noqon lahayd dhalinyaro hadii ay noqon lahaayeen xagga marka socialka iyo waliba qaybo kale far badan waa jeclaan lahayn inta ka bataan runtii laakiin ujeedadu waxa ay tahay had iyo goorale waxa dadkiisa u damqada ama u soo istaaga marka ay bulshada isu baahan yihiin ama danaha gudba u soo istaaga qofka marka isagu daninaya inay bulshadu wax noqoto ama ay marka hore u socoto waxbayaan hadal idinku daalin waxaan maleynayaa mar kale inaan Mustafa ku wareejiyo mayga si uu barnaamijka halkii idinkaga sii wado.
Thanks, Habib and Chief. Thank you, guys. And like I said before, thank you for your coming. And before I call Zahra Farah, I'm going to say a few things about Zahra. As we know, and I know, and the whole community Seattle knows, Zahra Wahawayan, she's a good sister, a mother, a grandmother, and hard worker. Imagine all the titles she has. Anyway, waxaanu yeeray Zahra waqti dheer ayay ka sheekayay community-gan gacanta ku haysay more than 17, 18 years. I believe Zahra I met 1995. After that, when she became part of the Somali community, since that day she's still running this community. Marka waxaan ku leeyahay it's nice, masha Allah, Ilaahay horaa kugu sii dhiga Zahra, dadaalka badaneed ku jirto, and you've been trying so hard, anything, anywhere, whatever Somali communities need you. Marka welcome to Zahra, inshallah, Zahra Farah.
Thank you so much, Mustafa. I would like to say thank you so much for everybody coming here tonight. And I was kind of so touched at the Somali community tonight. It's my first night. I'm going to be doing kind of fundraising dinner. I was trying to help a lot of people who needs help. But the Somali Community Service of Seattle been working for 20 years in our community. And I was kind of reaching out this time to help a lot of people who needs help. But one thing I always thought about is how can we build our community? How can we help our family? How can we help the people who need help? And tonight, I'm here to support all those people coming here tonight to say thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You touch my heart because when you care about somebody, you're always there when it's needed. So I would like to say thank you so much for coming.
And sidaan u sheegay waxaan u yeeray haddaba Abdinaasir Ahmed, Somali Community Center, inshallah, haddii la hidhaysna halkan fadhiya. If you want, welcome, brother.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Let me take this opportunity to thank all the community members, guests, faith leaders, the staff of the Somali Community Service in Seattle. Tonight is a very important and memorable one, not just because we will be having a delicious dinner, but it is very important also to see the diverse communities of our neighbors, not only diverse, but also united in our diversity. What a beautiful event to be part of tonight. The Somali Community Service is #1, second to none when it comes to social engagement and service delivery to our seniors and the youth in Seattle area. Somali Service needs our help, both financially or whether you want to volunteer. It is the right thing to do. This organization is run by hardworking individuals who are not paid, who are not paid and are trying to make sure that the interest of our community is well attended. This organization will be very strong and be more beautiful when all we support. We are ready to sacrifice our time to make sure that this community keep on existing and make sure that Zahra and those people who are working in this community, volunteer, who are not paid, make sure that we'll attend the needs of our community. Somali Community Service in Seattle have done a lot of things, community engagement when it comes to social issues. Like I was very much happy to see Zahra, what she's doing in this place when it comes to like the ESL program, the senior service, when it comes to the youth programs that she's offering here in her community. It is very amazing and it's very something that we can be all proud of it. So tonight is the festive season, is the end of the year. Donate generously to the Somali Community Service and make sure that this community exists and make sure that Zahra, who is very strong, passionate for our community, will give and cater for our community as much as she can. So tonight is very important tonight and it's a very beautiful way to end the year of 2013. Welcome, enjoy your dinner and socialize. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Abdel Nasser, brother. Okay, before I call the next person, waxaan idin xasuusinayaa wax yar Soomaaliya bal haddaba aynu go back. Seat belka iska fur. We're gonna fly back to back home to remind you something. Sorry, I'm gonna speak Somali. Marka, you can get translated some of your friends, inshallah. runtii waxaad moodaa dadkeena ama wadankeena isku duubnaanta aqoonta online midaan dadna uga sheekeynaya halkan ma inteena badan ee waaleed ee meesha joogta waxaan uma la garanaya taariikh ahaan way garanayaan especially wadankeena wuxuu ahaan jiray xagga dumarka ama ragga shaqooyinkii maanta qabanaya waxaad moodaa inay dumar ka horeeyaan haddaba waxaan jecelahay inaan dadkeena dib u xasuusiyo walaaltinimada wada dhalashadu ma kala laha magac maanta one community kan ha noqdo ama mid kale ha noqdo isku mid baynu waxa kaliya ku ogaan kartaa maalinta maxkamad ku yeedho ama ilmo ama qof family-gaaga dib soo gaadho taageerada ugu horreysay raadisaa wuxuu noqonayaa maaha in adeerka magac xambaarsan Soomaalnimo community of very strong ayaad raadinaysaa warqadda ay Zahra dirtay ama community kala dira ee la yiraahdo waxay ka socotaa Somali community siyaal ee maxkamad ilmahaaga ama iskuul geysa aad bay uga xoog badantay warqadda family ku qoro ama qabiil ku qoro for that reason inshallah waxaan jecelay inaynu caawino xoogeena maalkan iyo muruqeena gelino maaha hadal cusub oo idinku kordhinay qof walba uu garanay halkan fadhiya laakiin Chinese baan u helay inaan halkan imaado on sheego marka fadlan waa very important buu inoo community-gu sidaynu wada ognay meel kasta oo aynu joogno runtii qofka single-ka ama family u joogin waa laga yaabaa inaanu dareemin laakiin community-gu waa very important Filipino community baan naqaanaa Asian community baa jira so many communities we part of that marka rights-keena inaynu ilaashano wayaan magaca inoo hayo dadka qaar qabiilooyin baa loogu yeeraa community-ga anigu dib uma arka dadka qaar hadday yiraahdaan aqoontiisa siisay so maha always inaynu dhinac xumaanta ka eegno laakiin always look the positive side-ka waxa ka soo baxaya qof walaala oo dhibaataysan oo xidhan culayskiisa wax ka weyn ma jiro Zahra halkan ay ka baxdaa waxay tagtaa Tacoma detention center qof gaaskeeda bixiya ma jiro ilmahani ku socotaa migration ku wuxuu ku yiri she get the collectical call baa loo soo diraa runtii maaha waxaan cusub oon sheegaya ama create gareynaya waad ogaan kartaan waxay la raadisaa dhalinyarada halka lagu xidhay qaar kamid waa tusaale way badeen dad boordarada laga soo xidho ama dib kala qabsado sharci bay la raadisaa address ba u noqotaa Somali community imagine waa ninka halkan laga soo dhiibay waa laga yaabaa bari in family-giisu sheegto after 1 year 2 years uu shaqo helo oo uu helo cid raaco laakiin inta uu dhibaasaysan wuxuu hor joogaa waa Somali community marka waxa laga yaabaa dadkeena halkan fadhina Somali community uma baahin because individually waa istaagi karnaa waan shaqaystaa insurance baan ku jiraa alxamdulillah family baan leeyahay waxyaalaha adeegto laakiin dadkee u baahan ma markaynu dhibina soo gaarayno u baahanay mise markaynu jilicno runtii waxaynu ku bixinaa waa sadaqo waa wax fiican oo in la bixiyaa waa waxay Zahra halka u taagtay sida meesha u sharaxday adiga aniga inoo sharaxday inaan nimaadno ilaahay mooye qof u maqani ma jiro maalmaha ka mid ah nin dad ajnabi ah Soomaali baa iga sheekay ayuu dad u tagay wuxuu ku yiri support meed naga doonaysan haddaydan idinku gudihiina isa support gareyn cidina kuma support gareynayso soo Zahra iyo u shaqeysa bal isweydii ma dad Mareykan u shaqeysa waa maya ama community-ga kaleba u shaqeeya community-da kale halkan fadhiya dad Soomaaliya u shaqeeya waa dadkeena baahan ee dhibaataysa inagu ma aragno laakiin maalmaha qaar marka halkan timaado qof guri laga saarayo oo wax lagu soo cadeeyay aan jirin baad arkaysaa dhibaatana loo Zahra maxkamadda ila hadal waay ugu khasbanta iyadu qofkaasi saacad muu beegareen waxa muu beegareen marka waxba sheekadeedii ku sii dheerayn maayo insha Allah waxaan jecelahay mar kale inaan u yeedho Aaron Fisher Bone. Welcome sir.
It was earlier than the program said. Assalamu alaikum. I feel very welcome here in this place. I've been here many times and met with different members of the community. Does everyone understand, or do we need to translate any of this? People understand enough? Okay. I'm maxed out. I don't want Lynn to feel left out. For those who don't know, for the last 4 years, I have had the honor and the privilege of working in the mayor's office of the city of Seattle. And during the first campaign for Mayor McGinn's election, had the privilege to work with many people from the Somali community. And during the second campaign for his re-election, also had the privilege to work with many members of your community. It has been my honor, my privilege, and I have gotten to know many of you very, very well. And you've taught me so much. So just speaking for myself as a human being, not as a government official or anything like that for one more week, the work has been amazing, and I've learned so much. I've been to South Center, to the ADE fundraiser, African Development for Education and Health, where I met a wide range of wonderful people, and many of whom I continue to work closely with, Nimko Bulale and Abdulwali Mohammed, who are now up at Highline at another event about community engagement in the Somali community. I've been to CTAC, to Hamdi Abdullah and the Somali community, Somali Youth and Family Club of Seattle offices to learn about the challenges for remittances and sending money back home to Somalia and how the federal government has created some real barriers there. I've come to this location many times. I've been invited to celebrate Eid with some of you. I have been to some of the masjids. So all I would like to say is the relationships that I have built are wonderful. I have learned a lot. I really deeply appreciate the time and the people I've gotten to know, the time we've spent together, the work we've done together, and I know that you as a community will continue to do great work to help each other to become an increasingly large and important part of the community of Washington State, of Greater Seattle, of the United States, and I look forward to seeing the next Abdi Warsami here in Seattle. So with that, you've been wonderful friends, and I look forward to staying friends with many, many of you. Thank you for everything. Salam.
Thank you. Good one, man. Thank you. way aad buu mahadsan yahay runtii run wayaan marar badan buu yimid maayirka electionka meelo badan baan isku aragnay runtii waxaad moodaa wajigiisu inuu paar Soomaaliba dhinac ka noqday waxaan u yeerayaa marka hay naga degdegina waqtiga aad baan uga faa'iideynaynaa dad badan oo hadlaya ma jiro cashaduna way iman doontaa hadii la hayraa Lane Tai, welcome sir. How you doing? Yeah, okay.
Well, hi everyone. For some, I've met before. For many, this is my first time. Aaron, I can't follow you. You've done everything. You've done everything. Yeah. So, I've been invited here to share a little bit of my perspective about the Vietnamese community, right? And I want to say that the Vietnamese community, even though it's on a different continent altogether, the Vietnamese community share many of the experience that the Somali community have, and that is we're both refugees. So we ran away from some seriously bad stuff. And we are making it on our own. And we're doing good. All the great things that happen, we focus on education. We make sure our kids in school, they do great things and so on and so forth. And we take care of each other very well. We are so reliant as a people. that we sometimes are not doing a good job of getting government be accountable to us, right? That's one of the things that we have something in common. There's another thing we have in common, and that is we have a tendency to, because of that self-reliance attitude, we also have a tendency to not reach out to others, right? Not for help, but just to build strength and gather, more support and comradeship. It's alliance, and build alliance to do what is good for all of us. So that is one aspect that I think both communities can do more. I would like to propose that in the 2014 that, the Somali community as well as the Vietnamese communities can come together and do something together. How about that, Sarah? Yeah. A joint scholarship, right? For young people to have an opportunity to meet and to talk to each other and find out that they actually have many shared values, many shared dreams and hope and desire. I get to be a little bit more lucky. I'll stick around a few more years, hopefully, with the office of Congressman Adam Smith. If Congressman Smith has not come to the center, I'll be more than happy to work to arrange for him to come and visit the center to learn more about the services that are happening here, and to be supportive of all the issues that you think are important. If you think it's important, he better think it's important. Therefore, I must think it's very important. How it goes around. But I have the luxury and the benefit of being where everybody is at, so I'm quite aware of that. So with that, I want to congratulate you, Sarah, and everyone for that strong self-reliance attitude, and you guys are doing great. I don't need to coach or share anything of the Vietnamese community and what we do, because we all are in this together. We should do things together so that the future elected leaders from the Somali community, the Vietnamese community can be proud of and say, that's my brother, that's my sister. I'm proud to be standing with them, knowing that when that person's in office, he or she is going to work for the same issue, the same concern that the Vietnamese families are going through, and vice versa. And when a Vietnamese person is running for office or something like that and got elected, we can look forward to each other and say, that's my brother and that's my sister, because we work on the same thing. So I appreciate the time to be here very much. I have a small present for Sarah, if I may. I have a little handmade scarf that is of a very cultural symbol, important symbol for the Vietnamese American community here. Mayor Mike McGinn has recognized this symbol as a symbol of the Vietnamese American community in Seattle, and so he is the only elected official that has it, and Sarah's the second person. So this is fantastic. Right? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you for coming to time today. One thing, and I always admire a Vietnamese community, is I remember most of the time I work with Vu, Director of Vietnamese Association. I remember one night I was part of fundraising that he was doing it. And when I see that one cake Vietnamese community pay for a $5,000, I said, cake? 5,000? That is good fundraising. After that, I was always dreaming about it. I have to buy a cake like that too for $5,000. But someday, I would like to say thank you so much.
Next year.
And next year. Next year.
It's not someday, next year.
Next year.
We're going to have a $5,000 cake sold in the Somali community.
Somali community.
Right.
And I would like to say thank you so much for coming. I accepted this one, and it's a pleasure to be meeting you again. And thank you so much for coming, community, and support us. Thanks.
mar alla marka arka wax fiican oo la qabtaan isla ma iska ooyda runtii qeyrada hadalladii ku jirta waxa fiican la isu sheegay ama dadku wada qabtaan. And again, thanks Lane, marka waxaan u yeedhayaa mar kale Siraj, I'm going to Nagari Siraj. Welcome, brother. Thank you.
I am a guy from Horn of Africa Services, and really I don't want to talk that much about Horn of Africa, but let me talk about Somali community. Just few things. Even though we are serving East Africans, Somali community is serving East Africans. Number one, I think 2003 or 4, one time, there was a fire in our office, at main office, Horn of Africa. For 3 months, when the office was closed, imagine when we went. I don't know if you should remember, but we went to Somali community for 3 months, and we are using that office for free. That number one. Second, about 2 years ago, I went for surgery, and one of Oromo family, nighttime, they were on the street, and the police called our office, nobody answered, and finally they called on her cellular phone. Zahra picked up, and she went to Somali community. They used to be on Rainier. She helped the family, the Oromo family, not the Somali community, not the Somali family, the Oromo family with the child. She kept in the house, downstairs, helped them until they get the place. So I can't give you millions of jobs they did, and these are really a few things I can tell you. This is what the community have to do with juveniles, with the school districts, other places. We used to work together as a partnership. Still we are doing together. And every time when they raise, oh, Somali kids are number one on crime. It hit my heart. When she's there, every time what we have to do. Our number is high, but the service required really limited. You know why? Because of the budget, because of lack of communication, lack of funds, lack of other things. But how many people we see here now? If we all together help the organization, we can do much better. And what she is doing really is a lot. And the leadership she is giving to this organization or the East African community altogether is a huge. I think we should learn that and also follow her route, what she's doing, and support the kids, the families. And currently we are doing one grant together, East African child care training for sisters. These ladies, they are going to open their own child care. When there's a class, Zahra there in the evening, like 7:30 in the evening. She's supposed to go home 5 o'clock, but she's there. I'm not sure how much she really get paid for that. And sometimes I know that when she was struggling around to pay for the rent, not for her own apartment, this is for the center, for our people to come and use it, and she's struggling with that. That is why the committee really support her and come with her, hold her hand, support her, do things. And also wherever we go, we should advocate for Somali community, support the kids who we have in the jail. They shouldn't be there. This is nobody's responsibility. It's yours, it's mine, it's everybody's responsibility. We should work together, help the kids to get out from the jail, tutor them, get in college. So every time we don't want to see the statics, East African kids are in the jail. That is what I hate. Please, let's work together, support the community. Thank you.
Thank you, Sagai. And I know most of the time, like he says, Sagai, when he's working and they cannot find his office, they find me. So we're always working together by side, no matter who needs help. We've been working together for 20 years. And tonight, I would like to say thank you so much for Horn of Africa service. I would like to give you a certificate for that, for a hard work person being there for the community service. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
waan idiin sheegay inaan jirocooda allahu akbar waxa fiican ee laga sheekeynaya runtii waa dareemaysaa qofku ka qiiroonaya waanu inaba aad buu dareemaya wanaagga la isu sheegaana runtii waa wax fiican diinteena ina faraysa dhaqankeena ina faraya Somali American baynu maaha un Somali community marka laga sheekeynayo dadkii qaybsanaa ee wadanka isku dilay inay noqono we part of this country we Somali American community waxay xuquuq u leeyihiin community-da kale oo kale aynu helaynaa marka taa lafdigeeda lagu fikiro waxaan mar kale ku soo celinaya hadal aan mar hore idhi oon jeclay bal inaan si fiican mar kale dadka uga dhaadhiciyo inkastoo dadka meesha jooga dad aqoon leh ayiin oonan jeclayn inaan ereyga ku celceliyo because nin walba uu ka fikirayaa sida uu uga soo fikiraya caawa inuu halkan yimaado dhibka Soomaaliya ama wadankeena ama halkan aynu joogno ka jira waxa laga yaabaa ilmaha fiican ee iskuulka ku fiican ee aadka u cadcad inaanad magaciisa ku soo gaadhin ama aanu iskuulka ku faano oo idhaahdo waxaanu haysanaa the best student and whatever wixii kale ku dareeyaan laakiin markuu dhib ilmahaasi geysto waxa la yiraahdaa ilmo Soomaaliyeed ayaa xabad halkan ku shootgareeyay aad u xun dhibka noocaas wuxuu la qaybsadaa Somali community ilmaha fiican lama qaybsado because community-gu ka yimid ama iskuulkii ama xaafadu deganaaba ku faanaya ama inagu waynu ku faanayna laakiin qofka xun Zahra way imanaya xun yaana oranay khalad ku dhaco kala aan iraado aan ka yara duwo ama shaydaan ku duway dhibkii ilmahaasi geystay waalidkiisa waynu wada ognay halkan ay yimaadaan waxay ku raahdaan dhibkaasna haysta maxkamadna la raac adigoo ku hadlaya magaca Soomaaliya Zahra markay meesha tagto ma noqoto Zahra Bashiir oo individual Zahra Bashiir oo magaca Soomaaliyeed oo community huwan ayaa meesha tagta runtii waxaad aragteen maydaan arag Zahra aanu maxkamad baanu raacay waan arkay iyadoo dad badan difaacaysa markay meesha taagnayd maxkamadda hore qofka loogama yeero 1 hour ma qaadato oo lama yiraahdo kiiskii waa lagu dhameeyay Zahra iska tag Zahra halka waxa laga yaabaa 8 hours inay maalinta kaga soo dhacdo lagu dhaaf bari soo noqdo ma complain garayso ma tiraahdo hey baridana kalaan leh waxa ku fikirtaa sidii ilmaha dhibta lama khaladka ku yimid sida uu dhibta u geystay inay ka soo saarto runtii waxaanu wada ognahay waxyaalaha ay qabataa wax badanayn aanu soo ducaynaa in Ilaahay iyadana nolosha u dhib yareeyo khayrkana waafajiyo wixii fiican ee Soomaalimadana ay hore u sii dhigtay iyo wadankeena intaba
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to share an experience that I had with the Somali community. In 2004, my family moved from Rochester, New York to Seattle. So we had a family members, but to find a house and to be in the community is not easy. So in perspective into my experience, Somali community and especially Zahra, she helped my family. She was going with my wife and children every morning to find a shelter, to find a place to live, to register school and everything. I was not here. I was driving from Rochester, New York to here, 4 days, non-stop. It was a bad experience, but I did. And when I came, my family had a shelter. So I was so touched. When I found a house and lived in a place, I decided to contribute to my time to the Somali community. And I did work for 6 months, working and helping the Somali community, filling out forms, helping, families like me who were trying to relocate or find a place to live. So I'm so touched with how the community can help and what Zahra did back in 2004, and she's still doing. I find out that there are a lot of communities here in Seattle, more than 20. Sometimes when the people they tell me, I wonder, but which community is functioning, is doing and helping the community? It's Somali community here. So what I will ask and encourage everybody and every brother and sister to help and stand with the Somali community. So keep up the good work. Thank you.
Good. First of all, I would like to thank the Somali Community Center, especially Zahra, who has really given us the opportunity to be here tonight and be her support, all the things that she does, and to make sure that we do together things. We help together the community at large, whether it's one is from East Africa or one from North or South. We are all in one, and we have to help one another. So I'm glad that we are here for that spirit. And I am here on behalf of SABAC. Has anybody heard about SABAC? Anybody know SABAC? SABAC is an advocacy organization, a new giant advocacy organization in the Somali community. It has just recently born, and we have participated the last election. We have done a lot of hard work for the, our former mayor, who is currently going, and we did civic engagement, we did canvassing, and we did a lot of things for the mayor. We actually did our part. So in that context, we have participated in educating our people, and telling them about what is best, and participating in the political sphere. And we are definitely continue working hard to make sure that our voice is heard. The only way you can prosper in this country is to be part of the decision making. If you are not sitting on the table, you will definitely be the menu. Somebody else makes decision for you. So we have to be smart. We have to raise our voice. We have to help each other. We have to work with the all community of color. And that's what we stand for. We are looking forward to work with other organizations who are doing similar work, and like One America, Casa Latino, and Filipinos, and also so on. So that's what we do. SABAC, in definition, it's called American Public Advocacy Committee. And yeah, we will continue working with and we will make sure that we build the community and also their voice heard. So the other thing is the reason why we're here. And Zahra has done a lot for the community, and I cannot finish whatever that she has done, and I know everybody talked about it. And when we came together, a group of young men, that's celebration, right? Yeah, that's the spirit. Yeah, when you talk about Zahra, something happens. So yeah, when we came together, and we decided to sit down and talk about what's best for our community. Zahra was one of the people that was on the front line and providing us the space to meet together, and and she gave all her support, and just like any other member of the community. But she was a very big fan of making sure that as a group of young men who are educated, who are looking forward and building the community to prosper. So she helped us a lot, and I know every day she works hard to help the community. So in that, what are we supposed to do as a reward? I think the best thing that we can do is first and generously to donate, give out something, whatever you can. She has a lot of programs that she currently is doing, and there is no way or there is no amount of money that can replace what she is doing right now. So in order to make sure that she continues doing what she does, and we have to support. Whatever you give out today is going to reflect within the community. It's going to change a lot of things that you cannot recognize now. So don't be shy, reach your pocket, give out whatever you can, whether it's 1,000, whether it's more than that, or whether it is 100 or less. So I hope you will not leave tonight here without thanking Zahra in a form of cash or a check. Thank you so much.
I would like to call T. West, a few words.
Welcome, brother. Thank you, Mustaf. How's everyone this evening? Okay, right here out front here, I see, it looks like a money tree. Okay, so this is a fundraiser. And I know many of you are volunteers. You volunteer your time here, you work here. And some of us have observed the work that Somali Community Center has done over the years. And I've also been one of the observers, but I've also been more than just an observer, because at night and early in the morning, I will hear a phone ring. And oftentimes it's someone calling for some form of assistance. It might be someone in jail. It may be someone somewhere on the other side of the country. And it may even be someone somewhere on the continent of Africa. But they've been told about Somali Community Services of Seattle. And oftentimes they know her as Mama Zahra. Okay? Now, as you know, when your name is out there, money is also required, because many of the people are calling because they have heard, they have gotten the word, they have gotten a message that Somali Community Services of Seattle can help you. Whether it's a young Somali brother or a Romo brother or sister who's in jail, or who's also facing the immigration people, I think we call that ICE. Those calls come in early in the morning, over in the morning. And then sometimes the phone will ring and they will say, this particular person is at the hospital. So Zahra has to get up and go to the hospital. I heard someone say earlier this evening, well, I don't know if she's paid for that. Well, I can tell you, she's not paid for that. But yet, she gets up, she uses her time, her resources, and she go to the hospital to see those in the community who are sick. And sometimes she will be with them for hours during the day or in the evening. So I personally know a little bit about that. Now, I also want to, what I came prepared to do this evening, because this is a fundraiser. Now, let me hear everybody say fundraiser. Fundraiser. What is it? Fundraiser. A fundraiser. So that means bring your what? Money. Bring your money. Now, I know Somali TV is here. So some of you who are not here this evening, when you see the program on Somali TV, you know that Somali Community Services need your help, need your assistance. So this community gives to help the community. So it is our responsibility to give back to help the community, correct? So this is what we have to do. We have to do that in a good spirit of giving. Now I'm going to tell you a real short story here. In the month of May, we were in East Africa. It was myself and there was a party of 5 of us, 2 of my daughters, one of my daughter's husband, and Zahra. We were in East Africa, and as we were moving through the city, you know, it's just like Seattle. In Seattle, you see certain people who need help, right? And some of them are out on the streets asking for help. And some of them really need help. So we saw this in East Africa, and Zahra, being the way that she is, I would look at her as she's looking at this person. We're in the bus, we're in the van, and I would say, Zahra, you can't help everybody. You can't save everybody. But still, she was looking around for some money to give to that woman with the child or to give to this or that child. So when my brother talks about the calls that are made from people in the various communities, the Oromo community, the Somali community, even other communities, Sudanese, it doesn't matter. I've seen all of them helped by the Somali Community Services of Seattle. So the brothers talked about people of color, and my other brother talked about the Vietnamese. So we understand and we know the road and the struggle that many of the people of color have gone through. But it takes and requires what? Money. And we're here for a what? For money, a fundraiser. So when you go into your pockets, dig deep, when you write that check, really think about what this community has done and is doing. I remember many, many years ago, I have 3 daughters, and we have a band. They're musicians. I'm also a musician also. One of them is like, she's the oldest one, she's flying. I mean, she plays for Prince, you know, the artist known as Prince. She plays for him. She called me the other day. She said, well, Dad, she finished an engagement with Prince, and she said, okay, well, Prince was writing a check for $18,000. So the reason why I'm saying that is this. It's because even with this daughter was touched by this community. Because when we performed here in Seattle, we needed a place to rehearse, to prepare. So guess what door was opened up? Somali Community Services of Seattle. So we brought the equipment in and we jammed, we rehearsed, we prepared right at Somali Community Services of Seattle. Those are things that we don't forget. And for all of you out there who have been helped by Somali Community Services of Seattle, those of you who are not here tonight, and those of you who are here tonight, and you know the good work that Somali Community Services has done, and the work that Zahra and her staff, these volunteers, let's give these volunteers a hand. These volunteers, these young men, young women who come out and spend their time here working to serve the community. So they need our help tonight, and we're here to do that. And I know I'm going to write a minimum check for $500 tonight. And so I hope all of you, each one of you tonight, be liberal with your giving because of the work that this center has done. They struggle here in this building. I know the stories. I get the stories, okay, about what the struggle is, the struggle of keeping the lights on, the struggle of keeping the doors open. I know that struggle. And Somali Community Services has been here. I know when Somali TV first got started out, I know how Somali Community Services played a role in that. And I know the good work that Somali TV is doing in the community. So we want to help one another and keep a good thing going. Thank you.